Anyway, that's what I was talking about earlier. When you're famous, you can use all the crank, heroin, blow you want. But until then, you don't really want to overdo it per se. You actually don't even want to use hardcore drugs at all. Smoke a little hashish, that's one thing, but yeah, stay away from the hardcore drugs until you're famous.
Yeah,
that way you got
no peyote
wads
on the
of
side.
loot at that point.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so anyways, this is Strax Dervish.
And I'm Squid M Scotsman.
It's good to see you again. This is a review from the first 4 videos. All right, starting it off with time signatures. 4 beats, 4 fourths. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
3 quarters. 1. Now we're going into 1/2 or 2 quarters or cut time. If it says 1/2 or 2 halves, that just means there's 2 beats in that measure. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's it. But if you got cut time, then you're going to see it as 4 fourths. It will mean that a whole note is actually a half note. A half note is a quarter note. A quarter note is an eighth note. And an eighth note is a 16th note. It just goes down like this. 4 fourths is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut time is 1 and 2 N. 1 and 2 N. You get what I'm saying? All right, moving forward to note names. Okay, so we've got F-A-C-E. Face.
Your face.
And a little side note. Look at this right here. This is actually called the treble clef. That means all of the notes that we're working on right now is actually for a treble clef, which means guitar, piano, trumpet, saxophone, most woodwinds, some brass, and a few stringed instruments, even violin, for example. So F-A-C-E. Then every good boy does fine, or every good boy deserves fudge. Every good boy has some sort of acronym for these notes. All right. Now moving forward, this is kind of how each note sounds: E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Once again, that's E, E,
Oh.
F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Forgive the guitarist ADHD.
I'm
It
sorry.
happens to the best of us. Moving forward with the note values today. We've got the whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1. Basically, it's composed of 4 beats. All right. Why don't you do a little quick example of that?
Alright. So, a quick example. That's my fault. That's a delay on that, so that'd actually
Alright.
be 2 notes.
Moving. Let's do this again.
3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now half notes.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
All right. Now quarter notes. 4 beats in a measure.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good. Now eighth notes. Now when you're got 4 fourths key signature, you're always going to be expected to have 8 notes in that measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Moving to 16th notes. 1/4 of a beat per quarter note. So 4 beats in a quarter note. 8 beats in a half note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. All right. Now this might get a little bit confusing, but you have the capacity to learn this. A triplet, 3 beats in 1 quarter note. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, 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 triplet. Perfect. And last but not least, rest values. Now you don't want to play these per se, because if you are, you're doing something wrong. In 4 beats goes to this whole note. All right. Then it goes to half notes, or half rest, better said. 1, 3. Now for quarter rest, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth rests, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Basically, it's just like the whole note values and regular note values and everything else, except instead of playing, you're not playing. And 16th note rests, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. You got it? That's all there is to it, and that's all that we've learned so far. The basics are very important.
They are.
I have had music teachers ream my ass off because I didn't know crap about the basics, and long story short, I didn't know shit. I was not a musician at that point.
Right.
You gotta learn it.
I will
You
tell
gotta.
you this right now, that I am actually a drummer.
Okay.
I'm a drummer. I play bass. I play guitar. I also sing, which is kind of a tricky thing. But if you do know your basics, and you learn the muscle mass to the basics and perfect the basics, you actually, if you were in a competition or even in a band or something like that, and you were doing a competition or something like that, if your band does a perfect basic beating and perfect basic whatever, someone who's doing a million different things, trying to be flashy and whatever, if they're doing that crappy, you're gonna win straight off the hand, because the judges are like, wow, that person over there,
He knows the beats per minute, but these people over there, they're just beating off.
basically, no pun intended, well, pun intended.
So this is Strax this is Strax Dervish. Facebook.com JAMERZAWSKI.
And I'm Squid M Scotsman, hang loose for my brothers, at facebook.com/Corey.Taylor, that's KORIE.TAYLOR.
Tay.
Yeah, TAY for all my homies. Anyways, .10. That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Take care. See you next segment.